Good evening and thank you for joining us for KREM 2 News 10 at 10, where we give you more news in less time. We start with some breaking news tonight. 3 Washington State University faculty members are calling for a, quote, immediate change in leadership. They claim the school is in decline. The document was sent to us just hours ago, and in it, the 3 members say immediate change in the form of fresh visionary leadership that invests in and empowers academic and research excellence is essential. KREM 2's Nathan Hyun has been reading through that document. He joins us live in the studio tonight with the breakdown. Nathan?
Well, in an alarming report, faculty at Washington State University are pointing their finger at leadership. I spoke with one of the authors of the report who tells me it's been a long time coming as well. I also spoke with a university spokesperson who says the university is already working with the faculty on their concerns. Declining rankings, deficient leadership of athletics, and poor strategic vision are just some of the reasons why faculty at Washington State University is asking for a change in university leadership.
We need a new president.
In the newly released report, 3 faculty members say that change is vital. Dr. Carrie Hips is one of the writers.
We've tried to make it very straightforward and very quantitative so that it's not a matter of emotional feelings, but rather it's just the facts.
Hips say he and other faculty members have expressed their concerns to the university in the past, but the report was needed because the university isn't doing enough.
We're going backwards. There's not much, it's not progress, we're getting worse.
The university says it acknowledges the concerns.
We take the concerns very seriously because they are our concerns as well.
WSU spokesperson Phil Weiler says the university is already working to address the concerns.
I think our Board of Regents has really done an outstanding job of seeing these issues on the horizon and taking steps to make sure that the university was prepared for them.
In the report, faculty note WSU has fallen 38 positions in their national rankings since 2016. Budget cuts persist year after year, and WSU administration should have done more to anticipate the collapse of the Pac-12. Weiler says those are problems universities around the country are dealing with.
I think higher ed as an industry is struggling with. And it's going to require time for us to be able to really, again, demonstrate the value of a college degree.
Hips hopes the report brings about some change.
I hope the regents will hear our concerns and take them seriously.
Weiler says the report is not surprising. He looks forward to working with concerned faculty.
We look forward to working with our faculty senate colleagues in reviewing these strategies, deciding if they're the right ones, and being able to move forward.
Hips says more than 200 faculty members support the newly released report. Phil Weiler tells me there's no plans for any change of leadership at the moment. He says the Board of Regents will continue working to address the faculty's concerns. In the studio, Nathan Hyun, KREM 2 News.
All right, Nathan, thank you very much. Also new tonight, Spokan Valley deputies arrested someone for reportedly driving a forklift through a glass door at a business. It caused an estimated $7,000 in damage. According to the Spokan County Sheriff's Office, 54-year-old Matthew Fisher got on a store forklift yesterday and drove through the garden center doors. Deputies aren't saying exactly what store this happened at. Employees then found him passed out behind the wheel. When deputies tried to talk to him, they say he was slurring his words and smelled like alcohol. He told deputies he had no idea how he got to the store. Also new tonight, free PFAS water testing will soon be available for about 300 people in the West Plains area. The EPA announced the sampling will begin in early March after community concerns about contaminated chemicals in their drinking water. PFAS compounds are found in firefighting foam used in the West Plains area for years. To request information on the free sampling, just head to our website. That's KREM.com. Now to a developing story. Spokane police are recommending that a Spokane County Sheriff's deputy be charged with second-degree assault after he was recorded on body camera beating a man while arresting him. That man suffered injuries severe enough that jail refused to book him because he needed treatment at the hospital. SPD sent the investigation to the county prosecutor's office.
Give me your hand. Okay. Give me your hand. Okay.
Well, this is footage from Sergeant Clay Hilton's body camera back in August. Hilton approached the 62-year-old man for being in his parked car in a park after dark. The man refused to hand over his ID, and Hilton eventually pulled him from his car before striking him multiple times. We spoke with the man's attorney, earlier this evening. He couldn't comment tonight, but is expected to address the recommended charges tomorrow. It is now up to the prosecutor to decide whether to file charges. Well, let's talk weather here locally. A pretty mild day of weather today, and it's just the beginning. Let's get right to Chief Meteorologist Jeremy Magoo to talk about some potentially warmer temperatures on the horizon. Jeremy?
I know. Ladies and gentlemen at home, Mark really wants me to put 50 degrees on the 7-day, and I probably should. He's probably right here, but right now we sit at 42. 42 is almost about as cold as we're going to get. We're going to stay pretty warm overnight. Reason being, we've got an influx of moisture, those showers that just moved through, now lifting their way off to the north, moving out of Newman Lake, and I think they hold together enough that we start to see some of those cross over into Post Falls and Coeur d'Alene. You guys are in that as we speak. Spirit Lake, you're up next. Then it moves into Hayden and eventually moves out. I think we get a little bit of patchy fog overnight and early tomorrow morning, but by tomorrow afternoon, we'll see a little more sunshine. And get this, Friday, a little patchy fog and a whole lot more sunshine by the afternoon. Next few days, temperatures on the rise. 50? Ooh, that's a good question. Tomorrow, 47. Friday, 49, maybe 50. Saturday, if the clouds hold off just a little bit longer, 50 is very well possible.
All right, fingers crossed, Jeremy. Thank you very much. We'll check back in with you later in the show. Now to our night beat with a quick look at today's top stories. The Spokane Regional Health District confirming a case of measles yesterday. This is the first case in Spokane County since 2015. And before then, the county hadn't seen a case in 21 years. An official with MultiCare says about 90% of Washingtonians are vaccinated against measles, meaning they are unlikely to catch it. But some groups, like unvaccinated young children and pregnant women, are most at risk for severe complications like pneumonia. Most babies under a year old are not eligible for the shot. There are options for unvaccinated people who may rather have been exposed.
They should call their doctor right away. And if they get seen within a couple of days, 72 hours, they can be vaccinated, and that might prevent the infection.
For those who are not eligible for the vaccine but may have been exposed, there's also a possibility to get a post-exposure immune globulin within 6 days. The Spokane Public School Board held a special meeting to talk about bonds and levies since it looks like the SPS bond is not passing. The school board discussed when they'll be able to get another vote out to the community. Right now, about 55% of voters chose yes on that bond. They needed 60% for it to pass, though. The election results will be certified coming up this Friday. Seattle police are searching for a murder suspect with ties to Spokane. That suspect shot and killed a man in May with a high-powered air rifle, according to police. Well, now police are looking for 46-year-old Miguel Bravo Mejia for the murder. Mejia is described as being 5 feet 6 inches tall, about 145 pounds, with brown eyes. If you have any information, you are urged to call that number right there at the bottom of your screen. And that was your Night Beat. To learn more about any of these stories, just head to our website. That's KREM.com. Well, Spokane City Council member Jonathan Bingle announced today that he is running for the U.S. House of Representatives. He made that announcement this morning, calling for a, quote, an American revival. He is running for Kathy McMorris Rogers' House seat in next year's election. Rogers announced that earlier this month that she will not be seeking re-election. Bingle has been serving on City Council since 2022. Inlander Restaurant Week officially begins tomorrow this year. More than 125 restaurants from all across the Inland Northwest will be participating, offering menus from $25, $35, or $45. There will be 30 restaurants in that $25 range for you to check out. Inlander Restaurant Week runs through March 2nd. Also, tomorrow marks the official start of Bloomsday festivities. Race organizers are holding a press conference at No Lie Brew House tomorrow morning. It'll be the first look at the key features and events of this year's race. KREM 2 will be at that event, so be sure to tune in tomorrow for our coverage. In national news this evening, the Biden administration is canceling more than $1 billion in student debt. The plan is called Saving on a Valuable Education, or just SAVE. It'll go to nearly 153,000 people who have been in repayment for a decade or longer and originally took out $12,000 or less. Eligible borrowers will get an email with information. The department says they'll also contact eligible borrowers next week if they are not enrolled in the SAVE plan. In other news, Alabama's largest hospital is pausing in vitro fertilization treatments after the state Supreme Court ruled that frozen embryos are people and have the same rights as children. It stems from a wrongful death lawsuit brought by patients whose frozen embryos were accidentally destroyed. Anti-abortion rights activists say the ruling follows state law. Fertility doctors say they're concerned, and they predict many more patients will be impacted.
My mind is still wrapping around all of the implications of this.
In a statement, the University of Alabama says it is saddened but, quote, must evaluate the potential that our patients and our physicians could be prosecuted criminally or face punitive damages for following the standard of care for IVF treatments, unquote. And that was your KREM 2 News 10 at 10, where you get more news in less time. But